Welcome to my channel, everybody. Long time no see. It is me. I'm still here. It has been a while since I uploaded any videos, but I'm back. Took a little break, but you know how it is. Busy people, busy people. I mean, I was working on something dark. Just kidding. Okay, so let me start off this video with a slideshow. Watch this. Of some Pennfoster graduates. Look at that. That's gonna be us one day. Oh yeah. It doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, be over 13, but it doesn't matter how old, old you are. It's never too late to get your high school diploma. We all go through things, and we couldn't just finish school because we had priorities to take care of. But Pennfoster just makes it way easier for us to just do our schoolwork online and earn our high school diplomas. Look at that. That should be me. No, not them. I want to be the guy in the suit. I said, don't matter how old you are, effort is all you need and determination. Well, that finishes the slideshow, and here we are. I am, boom, 62% done. 62% done. One thing I'm going to answer today is questions that I get on a regular basis. I get a lot of emails get a lot of messages on my Instagram. I get a lot of comments on my videos asking me the exact same question over and over again. I don't mind answering it. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or send me a message on Instagram. That's where I respond the fastest. So I'm going to see if I could help you guys by answering that exact same question on this video. Okay, so we have written exams. We got 3 of them. I've made different videos showing exactly how to get it done, how to do it. But some people still get confused about where do you find those questions? Like, where are the questions? And I'm going to show you how to get to them. Okay, so let me get to it. Okay, so I didn't do written communication yet. Oh, wait a minute. What's it called? Personal narrative. I haven't done that yet. I am doing it, but it's 300 words and 700 words, and I've done 300 so far. After I finish doing those 700 words, I'm gonna turn it in. So let's get to this. All right. So first, resume. This is how you get to, let's see, exam from written communication. Okay. So let's say I go to programming courses. And I see, let's see. Okay, so let's start with that one since I'm already here. I see that the exam is number 3, right? So I will pick on resume course, and I click on number 3. It's probably going to start from the very beginning. But what I do is, so you see here on the side, I shows all this stuff where it says written lesson examination. I click on there. I'll show you a video pretty much talking over what you've learned and how you're going to use what you learn towards this exam. It explains how to turn in the exam and what is needed, like your student ID number, your name, and the exam number on the top. It explains from the student portal, click take exam. That's the lesson you completed. Be sure to save your work. Attach the files. And, you look for the file, the exact file, and don't get confused because some people do 2 exams at the same time, and then they turn in the wrong exam. They send it back on that, even though they should see that you messed up. Like if you were to do personal narrative, written communication, and you put personal narrative on written communication on personal narrative, they'll send that back to you. Okay, right here, it explains to you. And you submit the file. And then voila, scroll down. This is the assignment. Writing assignment. Remember, this is a personal narrative. Right there. There it is. Okay. Written assignment. Now that you've learned about the requirements of a personal narrative essay, it's time for you to write your own. Remember that a personal narrative should focus on the feelings, memories, and experience of the author. You and should tell a story about the author's life. Be sure to review all of the information below before submitting your essay. This one, like I said, I've done 372 words so far. I gotta do 300 more to get to 700 and turn it in. This is my last exam to turn in. Once this is turned in, I'm all good because everything else, multiple choice. Yeah. Okay. So this is it for personal narrative. It just wants you to write a right here. So it explains how they want it done. Please be sure to include your name, student ID, exam number on the very first page of your essay. You may include information in your header if you wish to do so. It tells you Microsoft Word and how to save it. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Here's what they want. Here's what gets me. Your final draft should contain between 750 and 2,500 words. But what I'm gonna do, because I'm no writer, is I'm gonna give them exactly 751 words. Please save your document using your student ID number, an appropriate exam number, and your last name, all connected by underscore symbols. I have never done that, but yeah. Final review. See, after you finish, this is for every exam. After you finish, they do have this right here that it's like questions for you to ask yourself. Ask yourself all of the following questions before you even consider submitting your essay for grading. If your answer to even one of these questions is no, then you still have some work to do. Like this. Does my introduction attempt to hook the reader? Like, does it bring the reader in? Like, once you read your introduction, do you want to read more? Second one, does my essay have a clear and specific thesis statement? Is it awesome? Okay. Does my essay accurately tell my story? Like, it wants you to tell a story about yourself. That's what's called personal narrative. Story about yourself. It doesn't get it easier than that. The only thing that's hard is the 750 to 2,500 words. That's the only hard part. But the story is about yourself. So they accurately tell your story. Second, Does my essay indicate why I'm telling my story? I mean, I'm telling my story because you asked me to. I'm like, it's part of my grade. I'm telling my story because you're grading me for my life story, like my autobiography. 1992. A child was born in November. He's a Scorpio. Have I described only my own experiences? Hey, you can't tell a story without telling the whole story. So yes, to my 300 words, I did describe my own experiences. Have I used the first person point of view? The pronoun I, yeah, I use it a lot. It sounds kind of stupid because I was, in my head I had the idea that using the word I a whole bunch of times just messes up a story, but personal narrative, so I did I. Okay, throughout the essay, have I clearly indicated where paragraphs begin and end? C. Does each of my paragraphs support my thesis statement? I played a fifth amendment. Okay. Does my conclusion summarize and give closure to my essay? Have I effectively proofread my essay? See, if we go and look down on my videos, the tips and tricks, I do have certain tricks that I use, different websites where I put my writing into there so they could, correct my typing mistakes and I guess change a few words that would fit better into the essay. So just gotta look for my tips and tricks 1, 2, and 3. I forgot which one. Okay, have I met the length requirement, 750 to 2,500 words, in between 751? Is my essay formatted according to the instructions? That means everything that it's asking right here, is it about yourself? Do you say I throughout the whole thing? Remember, this is personal narrative, right? Okay, and right here is the little grading rubric thing. This is how they grade you. And I don't really care how they grade me here, as long as it's 65 and over. This is my last exam, and they're asking me to write that many freaking words. So, hey, as long as I pass it, I'm fine with it. All right, so now let's go find the other ones. Okay, so where's the other ones? Okay, practical English. Here's where the other exams are at. Okay, I already finished them all, so they're all graded out. But I get to review my course. Okay, so number 4 and number 5 is where they got the writing exams. So I would click on number 4, and it would start at the very beginning, and I will see right here on the side, right here, and it would say developing ideas. I'll click right here, begin. After that, key points and links. Continue. Lesson 4 review. I think I'll click the last one right here. 4.3. And right here it is. 4.3. Developing ideas. Writing examination. Okay, so we made it over here. Like I said, it's gonna say the same old, how to, put it down on a piece of paper. WordPad is what I use. Okay, it talks about, practical English, so you can apply what you learned to this. Okay, so right here, here's the questions for developing ideas. Boom. Examination questions. Also, I'm gonna just check out my other videos below, or wherever you can find them on my page, and I step by step break this down to you on a piece of typing WordPad paper, how to get it done. And tips and tricks, I also show you how to get this done without even using your fingers. This is a website where you could just speak in what you say gets written down for you. But here we go. It might look different to some people. I believe they just change a few words, like the questions, or they just add things every now and then. All right. So a trip to the ocean can be a relaxing escape from the everyday pressures of life. A sailboat glistening on the horizon provides a mental escape to a faraway place. The rhythm of the ocean beating against the sand is sedating music to the troubled mind. A slow, gentle breeze can relax your tensions. You should always be careful to avoid overexposure to the sun at the beach. So this right here is how you're going to answer the first few questions. Which means, question 1, write the sentence that is the topic sentence of the paragraph. Then there's B. Write the sentence that is unrelated to the topic and can be eliminated. Okay, so number 1, answer question A. This is talking about, the ocean. I'm not gonna give it to you word by word, but that's what it is, a trip to the ocean. And the answer B, question B, answer is, it's common sense. I'm saying, nobody cares about overexposure, to the sun at the beach. Nobody cares about that. We're talking about peace, USA, the breeze, the ocean. Yeah, nobody cares about the other stuff. All right, then we got question 2. List 4 things to look for when you're proofreading. List 4 things. So you write the number 2 and you put answer. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? You gotta answer 4 things. You gotta answer all these questions exactly how they are asking you to answer them, because it's really just 6 questions in this exam. It just looks like a lot, but it's not. All right, then we got number 3. Complete the following 2 steps. Define the term cliche. The grass is always greener on the other side. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Something like that, but don't plagiarize anything from online or moi. Okay, then we got B. Question B. Use a cliche in a sentence that you create. So you got to create your own cliche sentence. Easy. Number 4. Name and explain 2 types of pre-writing. So you got to name and you got to explain 2 types of pre-writing. And number 5 is choose one of the prompts listed below. Write a 5-sentence paragraph using chronological order and including a topic sentence to explain the steps that you would take to complete one of the following tasks. Like, you get to pick one of A through F. See, F wasn't here before, or E. They added these. Okay, but you get to pick through all these, right? So, if you were to pick preparing for a test, you would just need to write 5 sentences in chronological order about how you prepare for a test. Like, examples. I'm gonna give you guys examples. How I did this, or how I would do it. I did this. I totally did this. Okay. Preparing for a test. Okay, so the first thing first, you're in school, sitting in class, playing with your back scratcher, ignoring the teacher. Then she says, you got a test. You're like, we got a test. So pay attention to the class. Pay attention to the teacher. Listen to all the advice that she's going to give you. All the stuff, all the keywords that you got to write down. Listen. And listen. And write things down. Find friends who are smarter than you. Or people who just really want to get a good grade. Host study groups with each other, use flashcards. I'm just saying all these things, but all these things I gotta make it into 5 sentences. Study groups, write down notes, study over and over and over and over again until it gets nailed into my head. And voila. But stretched out into 5 sentences. Okay. Preparing to host a party or an event. Store, chips, soda. How would you prepare to host a party or an event? Then we got the C, getting ready for work. I wake up in the morning, take a shower, brush my teeth, get some breakfast, out the door, turn on my car, drive off, put some music on the radio. See, I skipped completely all the way to the job, but it's called getting ready for work, not already going to work. Everything you do prior to leaving the door of your house to your car. D, cleaning your room or your home. Tell me a story about how. Step 1, step A through, Z. How do you prepare? How do you clean your room? What's the first thing you do? Turn on the vacuum, put the kids to, what do you do? E, another one. Build a snowman, sandcastle, or sculpture. Okay. Step by step. How? Creating a budget. Step by step. How? Then we got question number 6. Choose one of the following topics. Write an 8-sentence paragraph that fully develops the topic. What do we have here? Okay. Following instructions is very important. That is A. Job training programs such as job corps are valuable to both employees and potential employers and potential employees. See, this is why tips and tricks, there's an app that you put on your Google Chrome that reads this for you. Because, I'm a typo. Okay. D. A high school diploma is important to my future. C. Advances in technology are making people less social. E. College is not for everyone. Some people are young, they didn't go to college and they're millionaires. So it's not for everyone, but it is for anyone. F. Drunk driving can be stopped. Now give me an 8-sentence paragraph that fully develops the topic. Drunk driving can be stopped. How? Give me 8 sentences of how drunk driving can be stopped. Give me 8 sentences why college is not for everyone. Give me 8 sentences about how advances in technology are making people less social. Give me 8 sentences about why following instructions is very important. See, look at this. If you don't follow instructions, if you look at A, right? Not following instructions, my first one, when I did this, if I didn't follow instructions, I would fail this exam. If I didn't follow instructions on how to build a vehicle, if I worked at Ford, Dodge, any of these other companies, Toyota, if I didn't follow the instructions and somebody got in that vehicle and drove it, they would crash. The car would fall apart. See, just stretch that out into 8 sentences of why. And that is how you're gonna complete, developing ideas. And then after you finish doing everything, ask yourself these questions from this checklist. Did I answer all 6 questions and follow the instructions for each one? Instructions keyword. Did I answer all the questions on my own without help from the internet? They don't have to know. It's question 5, 1 paragraph. Five sentences, paragraph. Okay. Does question 5 contain 5 sentences? Is question 5 written in chronological order? Did I select a topic for question 6 from the list given in the instructions? See, because some people, right? I got messages from some of why my exam has been returned. It's because they don't follow the instructions. Most people didn't follow the instructions, and that's why it gets returned. So that wastes more time of your valuable time. So if we want to be up and done with this, right? So you don't really have the time to spare that you just did this whole exam and then you send it to them expecting a grade back, and then they say you missed something, so we're gonna send it back. But sometimes they send it back and they want you to redo the whole thing with new words, and that sucks. This question 6 contain 8 sentences, and they will check it for 8 sentences. One time there was one, I think it was this one or a different one. I think it was a different one where I did 6 sentences because I really didn't have anything else to put in it. And they brought it back to me and said, I mean, it wasn't a bad grade. It was just like, if you look at this chart here, it just, it says you didn't do it, the amount of sentences we wanted. But it's not, they're not going to mark you down for it. They're just, from excellent, good, moderate, fair, poor, I was a good. This little grading thing. Okay, so now that was development ideas. Now let's go to written communication. Written communication. Begin. Lesson 5 review. Section 5.3. And we go to written examination, the assignment. Here we are, blah, blah, blah. The video talking about everything you've learned in it. Written examination. Written communication. Okay, for this one. This one is answer the questions below according to the instructions given. Please note that the response to both questions must be included in the same submission in order for the examination to be graded. Otherwise, it will be returned to you for revision. Okay, so the first question is asking you to write a composition using one of the topics listed below. Your composition needs to be 3 to 5 paragraphs long. It must contain an introduction. Introduction is like, hi. Or introduction is like, let's say, let me give you a good example of an introduction. It all started when I opened the front door and took my first step towards my vehicle. It's a 5-step steps. Icy steps. Slipped, fall, fell on my butt. Boom. That's how it all began. That's how my morning began. I slipped and I fell. Now let me tell you the story. The body. Ambulance came, took me to the hospital. Did this, like pretty much the beginning, middle, and end to your story. So introduction, body, conclusion. Conclusion is like, so this is how it ends. As in, and that's why you're supposed to put on shoes. Or that's why you wear steel toe boots, so you don't bust your toe. That's the conclusion. Just okay. For the purpose of this examination, sport is defined as an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which individual team competes against another. So this right here is just the example, right? The questions that they want you to answer, right? From the options they want you to pick from your introduction, body, and conclusion for your 3 to 5 paragraphs. Because you don't gotta write 5 paragraphs, just write 3, right? Shorten it. Pick, argue for or against the limitation of speed limits. Like argue. Are you against it or are you with it? And why? Put that into a beginning, middle, and end. Or explain why a certain sport is your favorite. I like baseball. When I was a kid, I did all this stuff with baseball. My conclusion, and that's why it's a great, that's why it's a great sport. Compare and contrast driving in the winter and driving in the summer. In the winter, slippery. In the summer, hot. Middle and end. Beginning, middle, and end. Describe a single memorable day in your life. I left the house, bought a lottery ticket. I scratched it. I won a whole bunch of money. spent it all on stuff. My conclusion is never spend your money on stuff. Okay. Now, there's only 2 questions for this exam. But you do got to write 3 to 5 paragraphs for the first one and pick one of these options right here. And then there's number 2, write a letter of complaint, follow the rules, and blah, blah, whatever it says right there. You could read that. Okay. And then the letter of complaint could be about anything at all, right? Like, imagine your McDonald's order, right? I want to order ice cream. Ice cream machine's broken, right? Okay. I would like to I'm sending this letter of complaint to the following McDonald's franchise or management or corporation. Why is your ice cream machines always broken? Blah, blah, blah. But you could write a letter of complaint. It's all fine. It's exactly what they're asking for. But what I've noticed from my feedback is you write the letter of complaint. Like, the ice cream machine's always broken, but you also want to write a resolution for it. I would recommend I would recommend you get your service teams into these different McDonald's locations and get these machines fixed. It would, be highly appreciated, or it would stop a problem. Give a solution. Give them a solution. Like, start with the problem. What is the problem? How it, and then give a solution. They like that. They will give you good feedback from that. And then, there's the checklist. If it meets all these criteria, and these right here from the grading rubric, you did a good job. And let's see, going back to my grades. I could have finished like a while back. I just barely been busy. But so far, I'm almost done with personal narrative. I just started yesterday. I got 300 something words. If you talk about beginning, middle, and end, I'm in the middle. I'm gonna get to the end and send it out to them. After that, I'm in world history right now. I'm gonna finish world history. You could do 15, I think, exams per week. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I could finish this by next week. If I do it this week, I'll finish all these before Saturday. And then next week I'll hit the electives and I'll make a video, showing the electives. Well, that's going to be all it for today. Subscribe to my channel. You could send me messages on Snapchat. You could send me messages on Instagram. And you could even cash at me a donation if anything that I have said had helped you. And if you just want to, give me a thanks, is I. Comment below if there's any other video that you would like me to make. Any other questions that you like, you could send me a message. I reply to everybody. And see you on my next video. See ya.